In today's Sunday solution, we're going to show you how to change that sail switch in your Suburban propane heater.
It's time
For another Sunday solution.
Let's go.
All right. So it's getting about that time here in Tennessee. It was 37 this morning. And of course I turned on my propane furnace in the front and it didn't come on. Last year was the rear one. So basically, I'll show you what I got. Okay. After you take your outside cover off, 4 screws. Excuse my voice, I'm just getting over a cold. You'll be looking at this. It's your wiring right here. Inside here is your sail switch. These 2 wires right here. To get to that sail switch, you got to remove this plate, which I've already done, but I just wanted to show you guys. Okay. That allows you to get to that screw, which is part of this plate. There's 1 screw down here. That one you've already taken out. This one, and 1 way down under there hiding. All right. So to do this job, you're going to need a couple tools. And I've showed this many times. This little guy right here comes in super handy. Because basically, this wire clips right here. There's a screw right there you can't get a screwdriver to, but you use your little handy dandy ratchet, which I'll put a link in on Amazon. You also use this on your dryer when you want to get your dryer out because there's no room. And you'll be removing this screw right here. Besides that, you need one of these extra long bits, Phillips head. And that'll be for that screw way down in there, okay? Way right down in there, you can't hardly see it. So once you do all that, your cover's loose, right? So that will allow you to get to your sail switch. Now, what I have here are 2 new sail switches that I got on Amazon that I keep as a spare. I think they were, if I remember right, $8 for 2 of them. So definitely got to have them. Trying to think here. Also going to have to remove this, otherwise your whole control board will want to try to come out with it. So we're going to get to that real quick. And then changing the sail switch. Whoops, I don't even know what I'm doing here. It is 2 wires, very simple. So, and I think it's the problem. When I reach in here, I can feel the sail switch just flopping all around. And that, usually what that is there's I'll show you, it's probably easier to show you. Okay. So on here, you can see that there's a little button that pushes in and out. So I think the one in here is something wrong with it. So bear with me. I'll try to get you set up here at a decent angle. And I'll pop that off. And we'll get her swapped out and I'll put her back together. Hopefully that's my problem. I think it is. I just got the heater running a few minutes ago. And but when I shut off, it wouldn't come back on. So 9 times out of 10, it's the sail switch that's the problem on your heaters. So I haven't had this apart in a year, so on the rear one, so I'm trying to figure this out. Which I think I got to pull these wires. That one's off. Okay. Let's see if we can get it out now. Okay, let's go over here. So that's your sail switch. And that's interesting. I'll show you guys in a second here. Let me get you down here. I'm going to change it since I have it out and I've never done this one. If this isn't a problem, and I'll keep it as a spare. If you look right on here on the end, it's got dirt on it and rust, so that could be another problem. But typically it's this button sticking, which doesn't appear to be sticking, so we're going to swap it out and we'll give it a try. Hopefully that's it. Seems like every year I have to mess with these. And disclaimer, you don't feel like working or don't feel competent to work on a gas furnace, then I recommend you don't do it. Get that to start. Just don't want to over torque them. Okay, let's go try. Give it a whirl. She's flopping around there too, but not as bad as the other one was. And you also have an on-off switch in here too, which I have off. And this is your control board back here. So let's set this up. Try and get this back in here. That's a little tricky. They got me cut so short on the wire here. Gonna have to do that out somehow. That's gonna be the hard part right there in the whole job. Getting this. Wonder if I can go underneath. Okay. Sure they're still plugged in. They are. There's my foot. There we go. Got to get her back in place here. I'm going to put a couple screws in it and then I'll reattach everything. All right, again, the hardest one is this back corner, so let me put one in up top. That'll help hold it. Okay. Let's see if I can get this bottom one without dropping it. That's where a magnetic bit really comes in handy. That's not a magnetic bit, by the way, but I was gentle with it. Shorties. Sure everything's out of the way. That's good. We're going to zip tie these again when we're all done. We're going to get that bottom plate on. Actually, let's get this little shorty in. That's the one that's on the bottom. A little tiny screw with a washer on it. I don't need the He-Man it. Let's see, we'll set them here. I want a zip tie. Okay, cut that bad boy off. Put the little plate on. There you go. And remember to be gentle. It's just plastic. You know. And of course you want to turn your breaker off and all that kind of stuff. So I'll give you guys a look at what it looks like when it's together. Okay. These wires just tuck up in here. And that's the plate. So you got to pull them 3 screws. This screw, that screw, and that one way under the gas line right there. Make sure you turn it off when you do that. Kill the power to it. And we'll go from there. I'm going to go turn it on and see if we get lucky today. Hey, Pugs. Oh, so there you go. She came on. She's blowing hot air already. And this is the SF30Q. My rear furnace is a 35. They have the same sail switch. And well, that's pretty much it. It's a simple repair. Like I say, you look up anybody that works on these, 90% of the time, 95% of the time, maybe more, it's always that sail switch. And this one's been in there since as long as I've owned it, and hasn't been changed or cleaned. And again, it could be just a little bit of dirt that's on the end that's causing that, because it throws the balance off or whatever it does. I don't know the technical reason for it, but I will probably just throw this one away. Like I say, they're so cheap. I'll put a link into the ones in Amazon. That's for the Suburban propane heater. So tomorrow morning I'll be nice and toasty if it's that cold again. She came right on instantly, so there shouldn't be any other issues with it. So there you go. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this Sunday solution. I hope it helps you out, and we'll see you in the next one.